Okay, so what we need to do now is fold the bottom, the part where the poncho is, so the straight part is all folded like so, and you need to press this with an iron. What I've done now is, after pressing down the fabric, this should be the wrong side of the fabric, I've pinned the buckram along the side of the fold. So here's the fold, pressed down with the iron. I hope you can see it. Yeah, and here it is on this side. Here's the buckram, and this is the extra fabric I'm going to turn over. So what you need to do now is stitch along this side of the buckram, the side where the fold is, and then on this side you should turn this fabric over like so, and then stitch here, and I'll show you what that should look like in a bit. Okay, just to show you, I've just stitched that side, and now I'm going to stitch this side. I folded it and pinned it over. Use like the machine basting, which is like the biggest stitch size, to do this, because it won't show on the salwar on the right side. So right now, after you've basted both leg pieces from the bottom, what you need to do is fold this in half like so, from top to bottom, and keep it really precise. Right, so what you need to do is press down the fold on this side, so again it's like half, if you can see what I mean. Yeah, so basically just press this side down, and that should make your poncho, and it should make the crease in the poncho too. Okay, now fold over again like so, pin it down, and then stitch using like what you'd like to show. So I use like 2.5 plate stitch, and it's like quite small, but not too small, and then stitch one along the edge here on this side, and one over on this side, and I'll do that and get back. Right, so I've just stitched the poncho, as you can see. I've stitched it on that side and that side. It now looks like this, and the poncho is pretty much done on both legs. Some people like to use more stitches in between, but I just like to keep it simple and stick to 2 stitches. So you can like do lots more stitches in the middle if you want. It's just like a pattern. Right, so I've pressed down the poncho and each side of the salwar on the fold line, and now what you need to do is open up both pieces of the salwar like so, and you need to sew this bit, which is the inside leg bit, of each side together. So it would be like this. So place them right sides together, and you just put both sides together like this. Like so. And sew the inside leg seam on each side, leaving a 1 centimeter seam allowance. When you finish stitching that, you should get something which looks like this. If you can see it. Like basically that's the middle. You have your two legs. There's the poncho. Yeah. Now what we need to do is make the pleats, which is probably the trickiest bit of making the salwar. Okay, to sew the belt, fold it so right sides are together, and on the edge which isn't folded, you need to sew it. You need to sew a seam so there's like a 1 centimeter seam allowance. On the other side, just sew a line going down. That's on the folded side, on this side. So have like 2 millimeters or something like that, or maybe 3 going down as a seam allowance. Actually, you need on the folded edge not 3 millimeter seam allowance, 1 centimeter. I forgot that we left that seam allowance in while cutting it, so 1 centimeter seam allowance on each side. Now we're going to make the elastic casing. To do this, what you need to do is on the top end of the belt, get it, and you need to fold it along the top, 1/2 inch. So do that all along, 1/2 inch, pin it down, and then sew a straight line around. You don't need to put it on a proper stitching length. You can do it on like the basting. Then I use the number 4 stitching length to do that, because it's a lot quicker. Okay, what we're going to do now is fold it over again 1 inch, to make an elastic casing. So you can see here what I've done. So I've folded it, and on the front of the belt, which is the bit where like you have the raw edges, that will be the front. So basically leave like an inch gap right to the middle there. That will be where the elastic will go in from. So what I do is start sewing there and sewing there, to go all the way around. So I've finished making the top belt, which looks like this. This is the back and this is the front. As you can see, the elastic will go in through here, and it's all enclosed, so there's no raw edges making it messy. And keep like this seam open, so you can always press it down or something when you're making the elastic casing. Now we'll move on to doing the pleats. Okay, now to do the pleating, you need to have the bottom half of the salwar open, so the right side is on the outside, like this. So what you need to do is, where the middle seam is, for the inside leg, if you can see, you need to start pleating an inch away from that. So measure around an inch there, and then start pleating that way, so it's towards the middle, if you get me. So I'll show you. That's one pleat, and then you need to pin it. So my pins are, okay, so I find my pins finally, they're just there. But yeah, like I was saying, the right side should be towards you, and then pleat in towards the middle. So here I've made a pleat, and the pleat should be around an inch in length, and then just pin it like going up. So stick the pin in so it's that way, like that. Then make another pleat, the same kind of size, around an inch size, actually just a little bit less than an inch, and pin it going upwards. And another one. So you need to continue pleating, making these pleats until you get to that kind of folded edge that you pressed down earlier. So that's here, and you'll notice that you're probably getting around, I've got in 3, 6, 7, 8 pleats before you get to this. So what you need to do is make a pleat with that. So get the folded edge and just go over and make a pleat. That will be your final pleat, and you'll find it gives you that nice kind of line that goes down the middle of the salwar. So pin that down. So as you can see now, I've finished pleating the front side of one half here. If you find that you have less fabric or more fabric before you get to that folded line, you can always adjust the pleats, make them smaller or bigger, and it also depends on your taste. So if you like big pleats, then just a kind of sleek look, you can have the bigger pleats like I've done, or if you like smaller pleats, you can always that will make it bigger and more baggier. So it's totally up to you. So what you need to do is repeat that on the other side, on the left side of the salwar, again up to that folded line, and I'll get back to you when I've done that.